Did you
Sound
hear
like
that?
it's screaming at me, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, fuck.
What was that? I don't even know where it came from. Oh, God. Oh my God, no, fuck that.
What the hell is that? Hey!
That one kind of looks like a littler one. I don't know though. Pretty cool, if you ask me. Look at this. Look. This one slid. I don't know if I can get the toe prints right. So cool. Hello.
Oh, fuck.
From blood-curdling screams that send shivers racing down your spine to terrifying apparitions caught on camera that defy all explanation, these are not just ordinary encounters. They are moments drenched in fear, mystery, and the unexplainable. Tarrying screams caught in the forest at night. This footage was uploaded to Reddit on the subreddit r/paranormal_zombie in April. It shows a man in an undisclosed location scanning a dark open field as if searching for something or someone hiding in the shadows. As he continued recording, faint but piercing screams echoed from somewhere deep in the darkness. He could not see what was making the noise, but it was clear that it was not human. The sound of screaming did not stop. It grew louder, closer, and more unsettling with each minute that passed. Fear finally took over, and the man turned back, leaving the area before whatever was out there could reach him.
Oh my God. Nope.
Chilling ghostly encounter. A TikTok video from Indonesia captured a man who openly mocked the idea of ghosts. Laughing and taunting, he hurled insults into the dark night, daring any spirit to prove him wrong.
Ini loh saudara lo nih, bawa sekalian ini.
He had no idea that something was listening, hearing every word he said. Moments later, he began to feel an unsettling presence, as if unseen eyes were fixed on him. When he looked around, this happened. Mysterious creature, screams from forest. A local couple decided to cut down the massive log that, according to them, something had been using for cover near their property. They had grown tired of hearing strange noises from that area at night and wanted to clear it once and for all. But soon after they removed it, the peace they were hoping for was shattered. It seemed that whatever had been hiding there was not pleased. The chilling howls that followed are enough to haunt your dreams. The video begins with the man talking to his viewers about what they plan to do in the lot. Strangely, he then points out a blue square on the screen and instructs everyone to focus on that part of the video. He doesn't explain why, only telling his viewers to watch and listen carefully.
We've put thousands and thousands of acorns in this certain garden plot, okay? But now here's what we're really doing and here's what you're doing. I'm just gonna tell you right now, our phone battery's low, it might die. We're hoping we can get about 12 minutes worth of recording out of this. And watch back here and listen.
The man told his viewers that he had been hearing strange noises, howls, and deep growls from that part of the forest. Hoping to catch proof on camera, he began recording and asked everyone watching to keep an eye out for anything unusual.
Here's what you're doing. You are giving timestamps. You're saying specifically what you saw and specifically what you heard. As you can see here is this very huge red oak log that's been fallen for about 20 years. There's some ginormous pieces there I've cut off of it just this morning. We're cutting it up for two reasons, not just for super duper dry firewood, because it is super duper dry, but because we're tired of somebody or something using this to creep behind and peek out of to watch us over at our house. So I came out this morning, started cutting this thing up. She came out, started potting up the plants. And as I was cutting this thing up, something up in this area obviously is not very happy about it. I've been hearing angry grunt type growls, okay?
A few minutes passed and everything seemed normal until a sudden sound from the forest made them pause.
Did you
Sound
hear
like
that?
it's screaming at me, yeah.
Oh, wow.
As soon as I start this, no?
Yeah.
I heard something after my first series of hits coming from back here somewhere. Did you hear that, hun?
Yeah.
After I hit it the first time?
Yeah.
It's like whatever it was, it had gone further out. When I started, before I ran in to get the camera, it was much closer, but I could still hear it, but it was much further out. I don't know if it's because of the camera, if it saw me get the camera or what, but I heard it over here after the first series of my knocks on that wood. So I'm gonna go in and review this with my earphones on. Put your earphones on, you can hear better. And as you can see, I didn't scream into the camera. I'm not doing that. This is totally serious here this morning. I don't even have my hillbilly teeth. Well, except for the ones I was born with. But I'm gonna go listen to it. If you guys saw or heard anything, please say what it was and where.
Did you hear that? A woman was driving late at night through the middle of the forest when she suddenly heard something that made her stop in her tracks. The footage doesn't show what happened before, but we hear her say, "Did you hear that?" Giving a clear hint that whatever she heard had terrified her.
Did you hear that? What the fuck?
She carefully drove her car a short distance forward, stopping briefly to get her bearings in the dark forest. Suddenly, a sharp, blood-curdling scream came from somewhere among the trees, making her immediately drive away from that place.
Oh my god, no, fuck that.
Scary, strange noises while camping. In this video, solo stealth camper Will gets ready for a night in a National Trust car park.
I think this will do for tonight's stealth camping. Freezing cold! There are some absolute plums doing donuts in the car park. Let me see if I can show you.
He discusses his setup, including recent upgrades like a carbon monoxide alarm and window deflectors, and the difficulties of keeping warm in the cold.
Of course, show you guys exactly where I'm camping in the morning when it brightens up. There's no doubt that tonight is going to get cold, and I'm talking cold for somebody that doesn't have a heating system in this car. Right now it doesn't feel too bad because it's about 10:30, but obviously as we get later into the night and into the early mornings, the temperature really does start to drop. Apparently right now it's 3 degrees, but as of 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning, even to 7 in the morning, it's going to drop down to -1. So that will definitely be the coldest night that I've spent in the car so far. So I'm interested to see how I get on, again with just my sleeping bag. And I'll talk to you in a second about what other heating plans and heating devices that I have in mind to try and make things a little bit warmer in here.
Along the way, Will shares plans for a new heater and even shows a few childhood photos. The video begins in a fairly normal way, with Will casually preparing his gear for a night of camping. However, it wasn't long before darkness began to fall and his surroundings started to grow increasingly dim.
Shows her. Beautiful. Is that enough for 2? Oh, look at that. Oh, yes. Oh, that is sublime. I'm going to be using this a lot. Oh, lovely stuff, chef. Oh, duck, that water's hot.
As darkness settled in, Will went inside his van and spoke to his viewers about his plans, highlighting the recent upgrades he had installed in the van.
Guys, welcome back to another video. Earlier, as you saw, I cooked and had some delicious fajitas with a friend of mine. We went for a walk and then we were starving hungry, so I ended up having a nice early dinner. Used my outside cooking platform, which a lot of you guys probably haven't seen because, to be honest, I haven't used it a lot because the weather just hasn't been nice for it. I have a few upgrades and things to show you guys, which I know some of you will definitely be interested in. I now have a carbon monoxide alarm, believe it or not, right here in the corner. So now, from now on, I won't kill myself.
As Will continued to reminisce about his past, he finally decided to call it a day and prepared to sleep in his bed. Everything seemed to be going perfectly fine, until in the middle of the night, something suddenly startled him.
Pictures on the sides of the 2 back windows because it's just great memories of all of the times I've spent traveling, spent with friends and just exploring the world. And hopefully plenty more adventures to come in the future, and for sure plenty more to share with you guys. Tomorrow morning,
after Will turns off the lights, the footage abruptly cuts. It immediately picks up with him awake in the middle of the night when he suddenly hears groaning and screaming coming from outside his van. Trumpets or creature growling. A man and his friend were hiking along a snow-covered trail when their peaceful journey took a terrifying turn. From deep within the woods came a chilling sound that froze them in their tracks. Listen closely.
Fucking hell. Oh, okay. It's not an animal, is it?
Confused, they couldn't tell whether the noise was coming from an animal or something far more sinister. Then, just seconds later, it growled again, this time even louder than before. Strange sound while mushroom hunting. It started like any other day for the YouTuber, out in the woods filming mushrooms for his channel. Everything seemed calm and ordinary at first, until faint, unsettling noises began echoing in the background.
Well, there's certainly no shortage of the pheasant-back mushrooms out here. You can see, here's one, and then one over here. They look really nice. And then just looking around here in the distance, that tree has a bunch, and then this log over here has a bunch. Take a walk over there. These look pretty big. Yeah, this, look how big that one is down there. It's got to be about 12 inches across. And this one looks like it has a bite out of it.
What was supposed to be a lighthearted mushroom hunting vlog quickly took a terrifying turn. Out of nowhere, a blood-curdling, inhuman scream shattered the stillness of the forest, echoing through the trees. The sound was so raw and unnatural that it froze him in place, sending chills down his spine.
And there's one over here. Looks like it's holding some water. Huh?
Without a second thought, he decided to get out of there. He ended the recording and ran from the area as fast as he could.
I think it's time to go.
Now moving on to the next footage, this one is even more unsettling. It was uploaded to the internet by TikToker Clacksattack, who claimed to have captured something terrifying right in his own backyard. What he recorded has sparked countless debates online, with many believing it could be evidence of a skinwalker lurking in the darkness. Always trust your dog. A man grew curious when his dog Domino wouldn't stop staring and barking into the darkness. Wondering what had caught its attention, he decided to grab his camera and start recording.
Go from Clacksattack seems to show some sort of skinwalker stalking him and his dog in the middle of the night. Take a look.
Domino, what is that?
He pointed his camera in the same direction his dog was staring, and that's when he noticed something moving in the dark. It appeared to be a pale, tall, humanoid figure lurking among the shadows.
What the hell is that? Hey!
After the video went viral, it sparked a heated debate online about whether the footage was real or staged. In response, the man decided to address the comments by recording another video, showing the exact spot where his dog had been and where the mysterious figure was last seen.
Hey everyone, so a few of you have asked me about an update regarding the video from the other night and the weird creature, person thing I saw over here. Me and my dog Domino were sitting on the porch, and he ran out to the corner of the yard, which is not unusual. He'll do that with a rabbit or a deer or whatever. We live out in the middle of nowhere. He's not much of a barking dog, so he went to the edge of his fence barrier. He's on a wireless fence and just stared. I looked over and I saw it from behind that swing set out of the woods, walked over behind that truck, or to that truck, and went behind it into the woods. I don't know what it was. It was brownish red in person. We have a street light, so I figured it'd pick up better.
This video has puzzled a lot of users as no one knows what this creature is. Let me know what you think below.
Dee's Dark Adventure. Dee's Dark Adventure is a YouTuber known for her daring explorations and paranormal investigations.
Hello, my loves. I'm back with another one. I'm down here. Sorry, I'm stepping on a root. I'm down here going through this trail that by where the island's at. I just heard some weird call back there. It's still early. It could be people. I'm not sure. And then I heard whack, whack, whack. Like I said, it could be people. I don't know. I'm the only one here right now, except for that car being doing that. I'm going to try not to whack my face. I got a mark up here and across my lip where that last thing whacked me, my eyebrow, all that stuff. So I got to be more cautious. But we're going to go back here and see what we get. Also, I got...
Viewers often praise her videos for capturing what appear to be genuine encounters, rather than staged or fabricated situations made just for views.
Water looks like... Alright, so any screams coming from this direction is a bunch of people camping in a pavilion, I think. I don't have much power on all my... Yeah, the water went way down. I don't have a lot of power on my spotlights here.
Dee began her video by chatting with her viewers about her plans for the day. She seemed excited and even showed off her brand new GoPro, explaining how she'd be using it to film her next adventure. She also mentioned that earlier she had heard strange noises coming from the forest and decided it would be best to investigate where the sound was coming from.
The island's at. I just heard some weird call back there. It's still early. It could be people. I'm not sure. And then I heard whack, whack, whack. Like I said, it could be people. I don't know. I'm the only one here right now, except for that car being doing that. I'm gonna try not to whack my face. I got a mark up here and across my lip where that last thing whacked me, my eyebrow, all that stuff. So I gotta be more cautious. But we're gonna go back here and see what we get. Also, I got, oop, hold on. Sorry guys, let me show you. I got the GoPro. I'm gonna set it up. I got a light attached to it that I can lay it on a branch, let it hang, and you guys can have some light in case it gets too dark. So there's that, and
as Dee made her way through the dark forest in the middle of the night, she came across footprints on the ground.
that one kind of looks like a littler one. I don't know though. Pretty cool, if you ask me. Look at this. Look. This one slid. I don't know if I can get the toe prints right. So cool. Hello. That's a little pond. All right, moving on. Sorry, I gotta fix my purses here. I got two on me because they get heavy.
The farther Dee went into the woods, the more unsettling it became. She couldn't shake the feeling that someone or something was watching her. Then, when she aimed her flashlight down the trail, this happened.
What was that? I don't even know where it came from. Oh, God.
A mysterious dark figure appeared in the direction Dee was walking. Whatever it was, it didn't look human. It lacked any clear or recognizable features. The footage has been slowed down so you can get a better look at the strange entity.
Oh, God.
In this frame, things get even stranger. It looks like there's more than one entity lurking in the shot. If you look closely, you can even spot what appears to be a small, childlike figure gripping a tree branch. What are we really seeing here? This YouTuber had an idea for an ASMR channel that would capture forest trails and the calming sounds of nature. But on his very first trip, he ended up recording something he never expected. Out of curiosity, he decided to explore a section of the woods that had once been walled off but was recently torn down. He continued walking along the trail, and at first, everything seemed perfectly normal. But the farther he went, the more an unshakable feeling of dread began to creep over him, as if something was quietly following close behind. He eventually found himself near a secluded lake deep within the forest, but what happened next would send shivers down your spine. After hearing that eerie scream, he didn't waste a second. He turned around and ran from the area as fast as he could. Let Me In, a video uploaded by TikTok user TheMostMandy shows security camera footage from her home that captured the eerie presence of a humanoid figure lurking nearby. Be murmuring something. No one could clearly make out what it was saying, but many viewers claimed that in the first few seconds of the footage, the strange entity seemed to whisper, "Let me in." As the video continued, the voice grew louder and more distinct, sending chills to anyone who heard it. Scariest sound I've ever heard in the forest. Known on YouTube as Creepy Outdoors, this creator films himself wandering through haunted locations at night. Cemeteries, abandoned train stations, forests, and more. His videos usually capture eerie sounds or faint movements, but nothing truly out of the ordinary. That would change on this night. He walked through the darkness with his flashlight, slowly scanning his surroundings. For him, this was nothing out of the ordinary, just another night of exploration. As usual, he roamed the woods in the dead of night, his flashlight cutting through the darkness. Everything seemed normal until a distant voice echoed from the shadows, saying, "I see you. Listen carefully."
Oh, fuck.
He stood still for a moment, clearly shocked by what he'd heard. Fear began to set in, but he quickly tried to compose himself and even responded to the voice.
Oh, hi. What the hell? I need to get out of here. Oh, boy. Ooh. Okay. That was fucking creepy. I need to get out of here. Whew. Okay. Talking about Wish Blair Project. I need to get back to camp. It could have been campers, but this area is extremely secluded. I need to get back to camp.
Does anybody know what's happening? Do you guys know?
البر ما نعرف وشو ضايع Alright, no lie. I'm on my back porch. I heard something.
From chilling footage of skinwalkers lurking deep in the woods to what many believe is the first ever clear proof of Bigfoot's existence, and even eerie evidence hinting at the lost city of the lizard people. These are some of the most unsettling moments ever captured on camera. Stick around, because you won't want to miss a single one. Back in 2007, a hunter named Rick Jacobs set up a motion-activated trail camera in these very woods, hoping to capture some local wildlife. What he ended up capturing that September evening was anything but ordinary. The photos revealed a large, fur-covered creature walking on all fours, but its limbs were too long, its posture too unnatural. Some quickly labeled it a sick bear, but others weren't so sure. Members of the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization were among the first to weigh in. One member, Paul Majida, even speculated that it might be a juvenile Sasquatch. The Pennsylvania Game Commission, on the other hand, dismissed it as nothing more than a bear suffering from mange, a condition that can give animals a terrifying, almost alien appearance. And here's where it gets even weirder, because that wasn't the last time something like this was seen. Fast forward to July 29th, 2024. A new trail cam photo from Central Virginia surfaced on Facebook. It showed a mysterious, black-furred creature walking upright through the forest. Viewers immediately drew comparisons to the Rick Jacobs creature from 2007, some even calling it a near match in build and movement. But that's not all. Just a few days ago, on July 24th, 2025, another eerie sighting hit the internet, this time from a trail camera mounted in someone's front yard. The photo, shared by the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization, shows what they believe to be the same kind of creature Rick Jacobs captured nearly 2 decades ago. The idea that the same kind of creature could appear in photos 16 years apart across different states is both fascinating and terrifying. It raises a chilling question. How is it that after decades of sightings, blurry footage, and credible eyewitness reports, we still don't have a definitive classification for this creature? With evidence like this continuing to surface, it makes you wonder just how close we are to uncovering something we were never meant to find. This man just wanted to relieve himself in the garden, but that simple decision turned into the most horrifying moment of his life. In many rural villages, modern toilet facilities are still a luxury, so stepping out into the garden at night is just part of everyday life. But for this villager, it became a living nightmare that may have connected him with one of Romania's most feared supernatural beings. What he may have encountered was a strigoi, one of the most terrifying creatures in Romanian folklore. Unlike Western vampires, strigoi are the restless spirits of the dead who return to torment the living. They're known for their ability to shapeshift, climb trees with supernatural agility, and appear as grotesque, grinning figures with glowing eyes. In Romanian villages, strigoi are said to lurk in gardens and wooded areas, preying on those who venture out alone at night. This is exactly why I avoid night walks, especially near trees in Romania, where centuries of folklore warn about these vengeful spirits. You never know what could be watching from above. This guy was just enjoying a quiet night on his back porch until he heard something in the woods and realized he was staring into a nightmare.
Alright, no lie. I'm on my back porch.
The video was uploaded to Instagram by a homeowner who was taking a late night stroll on his porch. Everything was calm until he heard strange rustling sounds coming from the trees nearby. Curious, he pointed his flashlight toward the canopy. That's when his heart nearly stopped.
Did I just see a skinwalker?
As he zoomed in with his camera, he caught a terrifying glimpse of what looked like a skinwalker perched on a tree branch. The creature's eyes glowed an eerie red, locked directly on him like it had already chosen its prey. You can even see it blink, vanish, and then reappear as if it's toying with him.
Alright, no lie. I'm on my back porch. I heard something.
When it reappears, it's no longer on the same branch. It's on a different tree, now at a much higher elevation. What's worse, the creature seems bigger this time, like it had transformed, shape-shifted, or revealed its true form. Skinwalkers, according to legend, are masters of deception, capable of mimicking animals, changing form, and slipping into places they don't belong. While they often prey on livestock, in some chilling accounts, they've targeted humans too. And here's the creepy part. These creatures can mimic your pets. Yes, even your dog or cat. So next time your furry friend is acting a little too off, try this test. Offer their favorite treat. If they choose wrong, don't ask questions. Just run. Because the last thing you want is to bring a skinwalker into your home. The world is divided. Those who believe in aliens and those who don't. But this video, it's about to shake the hell out of both sides. This jaw-dropping footage was uploaded on X, formerly Twitter, and has since sent shockwaves across the internet. Filmed from a beach by an unknown individual, it appears to show something we've all been waiting for. Actual proof of extraterrestrial presence. In the video, you can clearly see a massive, arrow-shaped object gliding above the water's surface. It's huge, but what's truly unbelievable is how effortlessly it hovers, barely making a ripple. And if you look closely in the background, there's something else, another smaller saucer-like object trailing behind, almost as if it's following the larger craft. Viewers are already calling this the alien mothership, with the smaller craft acting as a scout or escort. And honestly, I'm starting to believe it too. The sheer size of the main object, estimated to be as tall as a 5 to 7 story building, combined with how smoothly it glides over water, suggests either some insanely advanced alien tech or a classified government experiment straight out of a sci-fi movie. Whatever it is, this video has left viewers stunned, confused, and more than a little unsettled. Whether we just witnessed alien technology in action or a secret military project slipping through the cracks, one thing's for sure, we are not prepared for things that big to move that silently. And if it is extraterrestrial, then we're not just dealing with visitors, we're dealing with something terrifyingly advanced. Sometimes you come across something on the internet that makes you pray it's fake, and this next video is terrifyingly one of those.
Gun! Oh yeah.
This eerie footage was posted on X by a page named Oanasa, and it quickly went viral, racking up nearly 1 million views. The video appears to be filmed in a desert, showing what looks like an animal slowly emerging from the sand. But something is very wrong. At first glance, it seems like a living creature, but then you notice this thing doesn't have arms, no clear face, and its legs move in a way that feels completely unnatural. The body shape is bizarre, and its movements look so alien that your brain struggles to make sense of what you're seeing. People who watched this were horrified and desperately looking for answers. Was it a mutated creature? Some unknown desert life form? A cryptid crawling its way into our nightmares? Well, if you're genuinely creeped out by this, let me give you a little peace of mind. It's not real. This entire creature was created using AI. If you look closely, you'll notice the glitching legs, odd shadows, and other artifacts that give it away. The original video was just an innocent cat crawling in the sand, following its owner's commands. That terrifying monster was simply AI pasted on top of the cat using some bizarre visual prompts. And this right here is why I keep saying, don't believe everything you see online. With today's tools, AI can generate the most disturbing visuals imaginable, and if you're not careful, it'll have you believing something completely unreal and possibly losing sleep over it. This guy was just walking home late at night, but what happened next made him never want to step outside again, even in broad daylight. The footage was uploaded on TikTok by a South American user who was returning home alone on a quiet, eerie night. But what started as a normal walk turned into a genuine nightmare. As he strolled down the dimly lit street, something caught his eye. A dark, shadowy figure peeking out from behind a tree and then retreating just as quickly. At that moment, any of us would have turned around and run, but not him. He made the worst mistake of his life. He decided to check it out.
Y ven el árbol, ven allá. ¿Lo ven? Acá. Ahí en el medio.
He walked up to the tree, camera in hand. At first, there was nothing, just empty darkness. But as he moved around to the other side, panning his camera upward, it happened. A horrifying, blood-curdling scream shattered the silence, echoing through the empty street. Whether he saw something up in that tree or not is unclear, but the sound alone was enough to send him sprinting for his life. The whole scene feels like something pulled straight out of a horror film. The deserted street, the chilling atmosphere, and that one tree hiding a secret no one wants to know. Honestly, the moment he saw that shadow, he should have run, but he didn't, and he got exactly what was waiting for him. Our oceans hold chilling mysteries, and the Bermuda Triangle is the most infamous of them all. But what if I told you there's another one, closer to home and far more terrifying? Most people believe the world's greatest unsolved mysteries are hidden in deep ocean trenches or remote jungles. But right here in North America, the Great Lakes, specifically Lake Michigan, have stories just as strange. just as chilling. Within a triangle stretching from Ludington to Benton Harbor, Michigan, to Manitowoc, Wisconsin, lies a stretch of water that has swallowed ships, planes, and people without a trace. One of the earliest disappearances was the Le Griffon, a fur trading vessel built in 1679. It entered Lake Michigan fully loaded and never came out. Wreckage has reportedly surfaced over the centuries, but never confirmed. Like the lake refuses to give up its dead. Then, in 1886, a 135-foot schooner sank after a collision in thick fog and wildfire smoke. Over a century later, researchers from the Michigan Shipwreck Research Association located the wreck 360 feet below the surface using sonar and a remotely operated vehicle. And then there's the heartbreaking tale of the Rouse Simmons, also known as the Christmas Tree Ship. It went down on November 23, 1912, while delivering trees to Chicago. Captain Herman Schunemann and his 17-man crew were lost with it. The ship was discovered in 1971, its anchor still deployed, a desperate attempt to survive the storm. But the tragedies didn't stop there. In 1921, the Rosabelle, a schooner loaded with lumber, disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Around the same time, the Thomas Hume, another cargo ship, vanished without explanation. No wreckage, no survivors, and it wasn't just ships. In 1937, Captain George Donner locked himself in his cabin aboard a coal freighter en route to Wisconsin. Hours later, the crew broke down the door, only to find the room empty. No broken window, no struggle, just silence and the lake beyond. And then came one of the strangest disappearances of all. In 1978, college student Stephen Kubacki went on a solo cross-country ski trip near the lake. His tracks in the snow led to the shoreline and stopped. Nobody, no broken ice, nothing. Then, over a year later, he reappeared on his father's doorstep, dazed and disoriented, with no memory of where he had been or what happened during those lost 12 months. And then there's Northwest Flight 2501, which vanished in 1950 with 58 passengers on board. Debris floated to the surface, but the plane itself and everyone inside was never found. Despite modern sonar, satellite scans, and annual searches by experts, the wreck has never been located. There's something about water, especially still, silent water, that unnerves me. Maybe it's how it hides secrets in plain sight. Or maybe, deep down, we know we're not supposed to understand everything it holds. As much as we try to measure, map, and explain the world, places like the Lake Michigan Triangle remind us that some parts of the map are still blank, where logic breaks down and legends breathe. This apartment owner was just stargazing from her balcony when she spotted something that shook her to the core.
Does anybody know what's happening?
The footage was uploaded on TikTok by a confused and visibly unsettled user who claims she witnessed something straight out of Star Wars. In the video she recorded from her balcony, the night sky appears calm until you notice it. Strange lights darting around in the sky, glowing orbs that move with unnatural speed and precision. They're small, but what truly stands out is the way they glide and shift. leaving faint glowing trails behind them. Now, I know what you're thinking. Probably just drones, right? But here's the thing. Drones don't move like this. They don't produce that kind of dim, eerie glow. And they certainly don't leave light trails in the sky like these do.
Does anybody know what's happening? Do you guys know?
Since the video went viral, people have been scrambling for answers. Some believe these are extraterrestrial probes, others think it's a government experiment, and a few even claim it's a sign that the veil between worlds is thinning, a cosmic glitch or a warning of something bigger. Of course, these are just theories, but what's unsettling is that there's still no solid explanation for what was seen that night, and the fact that it happened right above us, in our sky, makes it all the more terrifying. These bizarre photos from the internet might just suggest that the legendary creature of Lake Pepin could be real after all. For centuries, whispers have echoed across the still waters of Lake Pepin in Minnesota. Locals speak of Pepe, a large, serpent-like creature said to lurk in the lake's shadowy depths. Some describe it as a cousin to Scotland's famous Loch Ness Monster. But Pepe is uniquely American and uniquely mysterious. One of the strongest believers is Captain Larry Nielsen, who helms the Pearl of the Lake, a 125-passenger paddle wheeler. He claims to have seen Pepe with his own eyes, and he's not alone. Reports date back hundreds of years, even as far back as the 1600s, where French explorers wrote of a monstrous serpent in these waters. Since then, dozens have reported strange wakes, moving logs, and dark shapes beneath the surface, far too big to be fish. Skeptics blame giant sturgeon or alligator gars, but others, like once skeptical folklorist Chad Lewis, now admit something unusual may truly dwell beneath the waves. And then there's the photo, a blurry Polaroid, allegedly taken near Maiden Rock on November 25th, was mailed to the Courier Wedge by one Gene S. Diplodocus, representing the group Isonit. In it was a shadowy, reptilian form, gliding through the murky waters, clearly more than just a big carp. Many call it conclusive proof of Pepe's existence. But not all evidence holds up. One particularly viral image, also taken from a boat, showed what appeared to be a massive creature moving just beneath the surface. It had the internet buzzing until the photographer came forward and revealed the truth. The monster was nothing more than a branch on a submerged log. It hadn't moved, the boat had. The whole thing was part of a perception experiment, showing just how easily our eyes and minds can be tricked. Yet, despite the hoaxes and false alarms, believers like Nielsen and Lewis haven't given up. They say there's still something down there, something real, strange, and unexplained. What if I told you there's a lost city buried beneath Los Angeles, one not built by humans, but by an ancient reptilian race that walked the earth thousands of years ago? Back in the 1930s, a geophysical engineer named George Warren Shufelt ignited national intrigue when he claimed to discover a vast underground city hidden beneath Los Angeles. Using a strange device he called a radio X-ray, a prototype eerily similar to today's ground-penetrating radar, Shufelt believed he had stumbled upon a forgotten civilization. But here's where things get truly bizarre. According to Native American legends, particularly from the Hopi tribe's Chief Greenleaf, El Macklin, these tunnels weren't built by any ancient human society, but by a mysterious reptilian race, often referred to as the lizard people. The story goes that 5,000 years ago, this advanced species built massive subterranean cities to escape a fiery catastrophe, possibly a meteor strike. And within these tunnels, they supposedly left behind golden tablets inscribed with the secrets of human origins, cosmic knowledge, and lost technology. Shufelt was so convinced that he mapped over 2,000 square feet of the tunnel system beneath Fort Moore Hill and even began digging. But after reaching 250 feet down, nothing was found. No tablets, no tunnels, no reptilian relics, just silence and a mystery buried in both earth and time. Some skeptics claimed it was a wild goose chase for Spanish treasure, while others compared it to the Oak Island Curse, another quest buried under obsession and financial ruin. Shufelt died in 1957, and with him the last serious attempt to uncover what may lie below. But the legend, it never really died. Throughout our lives, we've been told that dinosaurs went extinct millions of years ago, but what if a photo suddenly challenged everything we thought we knew? While browsing Reddit's r/dinosaur subreddit, I stumbled across a post that genuinely stopped me in my tracks. It featured what appeared to be a chilling, vintage photograph of Civil War soldiers posing with the corpse of a massive winged creature. According to the post, that creature was a pterodactyl, a flying dinosaur believed to have vanished long before humans ever walked the earth. The two eerie images, showing soldiers with what looked like a freshly killed pterosaur, instantly sparked a storm of speculation about living thunderbirds and surviving dinosaurs. We've always accepted that dinosaurs died out long ago, yet here was evidence in the form of what looked like a legitimate old photograph, and that alone is enough to make you question, what else could still be out there? But here's the twist. These images are complete fakes. Both photos were actually created for the early 2000s TV show Freaky Links. One of them, known as the PTP photo, was digitally crafted by visual effects artists and featured during an episode. The other, often called the AP photo, was a physical model used exclusively for online promotion. Despite their differences, both images became widely circulated online, often labeled as the Lost Thunderbird photo. Their true origin wasn't clarified until researcher Brian Dunning broke it down in a 2018 episode of the Skeptoid podcast. What makes this even more unsettling is how easily misinformation spreads. These faked photos have popped up everywhere, from cryptid forums to conspiracy pages. Imagine being someone's grandpa scrolling through social media and stumbling across these without any explanation. You'd probably think dinosaurs were still flying around out there too. Ever heard of a cryptid so terrifying people are scared to even whisper its name? That's the Navajo skinwalker for you.
Bro.
There's an eerie stillness that clings to certain parts of the American Southwest, the kind that makes your skin crawl. Locals speak in hushed tones about strange howls in the dead of night, about pets vanishing without a sound, and of shadows that move when nothing should. Some families don't last long there. They pack up and leave, rattled by things they can't explain, by things that seem to watch. Even researchers have tried to unravel the mystery, only to be left with more questions and far fewer answers. And at the heart of it all is a legend passed down for generations, one too disturbing for many to even say aloud: the Navajo Skinwalker. In Navajo lore, the Skinwalker, or Yinalushi, is no ordinary creature. It means, with it, he goes on all fours. According to legend, Skinwalkers were once respected medicine men who chose the path of evil. Through dark rituals, they gained the horrifying ability to shapeshift, often into monstrous wolves with glowing eyes and unnatural speed. But these aren't just stories to scare kids. They're taken very seriously by those who know the old ways. The legend exploded into public view in 1996 when the Sherman family bought a ranch in Utah, now infamously known as Skinwalker Ranch. What followed were events straight out of a nightmare: UFO sightings, cattle mutilations, voices speaking in strange languages, and creatures that seemed immune to bullets. Over 100 unexplained incidents have been recorded, from bizarre illnesses to enormous animals lurking in the trees, and livestock found dead yet bloodless. One recent sighting sent chills down my spine, captured by a fisherman out on a late-night trip with a friend. As they cast their lines, something unnatural emerged. Across the lake, a creature crouched low, watching them. Its movements were deliberate, predatory, like it knew it was being recorded. The cameraman didn't move. Neither would I.
Bro. Oh.
It's unsettling when a creature isn't just folklore, but part of generations-old oral history. And when videos like this back it up, it's hard to just brush it off. I used to think cryptids were just stories, but with things like this, I'm not so sure anymore. If your friends are obsessed with lake swims, these next photos might just make them rethink that decision for life. We all remember that iconic 1934 photo of the Loch Ness Monster, the eerie silhouette emerging from the water. It sparked global fascination, plastered across newspapers, and debated for decades. But over time, the legend began to fade, dismissed by skeptics, until now. In a shocking turn, a long-hidden set of images has surfaced, and experts are calling them the most exciting surface photos of Nessie ever taken. Captured in 2018 by Chie Kelly, the photos reveal a strange, serpent-like creature gliding and twisting just beneath the water's surface. But Kelly, fearing ridicule, kept them locked away until recently. With renewed global interest and the largest Nessie hunt in over 50 years, she finally stepped forward. These haunting photos weren't dismissed. In fact, even Steve Feltham, the legendary Nessie hunter who spent over 30 years on the lake, called them the clearest and most compelling he's ever seen. Though skeptics still debate what exactly the creature is, the images have reignited belief and stirred a fresh wave of curiosity around the world. So next time your friend tries dragging you into a lake for a fun swim, just pull up these photos and Watch them cancel the trip faster than you can say Nessie. Next, we have what seems like a normal group photo from an Indonesian family festival, but there's something deeply unsettling hidden within it. This photo was uploaded to a popular social media platform and quickly went viral, but not for the usual heartwarming reasons. Taken by a girl during a joyful family gathering, the photo seems completely normal at first, just happy faces, festive outfits, and a bunch of people enjoying the moment, until you notice it. Zoom in on a certain part of the crowd, and suddenly, your blood runs cold. Hiding among the smiling faces is something completely out of place. A demon-like face, eerily pale, with long girl-like hair and two glowing eyes staring directly into the camera. Its ghostly expression is unlike anyone else's in the frame. It's not laughing. It's not posing. It's watching. What makes this even creepier is that no one in the crowd seems to notice it. They're standing right next to it, completely unaware, as if this lurking figure doesn't belong to this world at all. And before anyone screams Photoshop or AI, here's the fact. Experts and online sleuths have examined this image closely. There are no signs of tampering, no mismatched textures, no artifact glitches, no pixel discrepancies. It blends too perfectly into the scene, almost like it was always there. Creepy doesn't even begin to describe it. After watching this video, you might never leave your window blinds open again, even during the day. This TikTok user, home alone, noticed a strange figure standing outside her house. What's unnerving is how it seemed to be staring directly inside the whole time. Thankfully, she made the smart decision to call the police, who arrived and escorted the man away. Even in broad daylight, this was beyond creepy. Knowing someone was lurking outside while she was home alone makes it feel straight out of a horror movie. This man decided to spend the night in one of New Zealand's longest abandoned train tunnels, but it quickly became the worst decision of his life. The tunnel, now a cycling track, seemed harmless at first. As night fell, he and his dog settled in. But when he ventured deeper into the tunnel, his dog grew visibly anxious, as if sensing something. Moments later, he stumbled upon a plastic toy on the ground, eerily playing a tune. Terrified, he called out into the darkness, only for something to reveal itself in the most horrifying way. What on earth was that thing, and why was it in that tunnel? This place holds mysteries far too terrifying for most of us to ever uncover. This Redditor stumbled upon what looks like a creepy, demon-summoning ritual deep in the woods. The images show scattered bones, skulls, and strange writings, complete with what looks like blood. Among them are pentagrams and symbols that scream dark rituals. According to the uploader, this bizarre setup was found about 5 miles into the forest, making the discovery even more unsettling. As expected, Redditors went wild with speculation. Many believe this was a ritual to summon a demon, while skeptics suggest it might just be props for a film or photo shoot, the fresh marker writing being a major clue. What do you think? Is this sinister or just staged? This homeowner heard rustling in his backyard trees, but what he captured next is pure nightmare fuel. While investigating the noise, he recorded the trees swaying violently, as if something massive was up there. In the darkness, he couldn't see what it was, but whatever it was had incredible strength. It's not easy to shake trees like that. The creature even snapped a tree in half, reportedly 10 to 12 inches in diameter, as if it were nothing. The homeowner described it as something huge and unbelievably powerful. While some might speculate it's a bear, the sheer strength and agility needed to cause that kind of destruction while staying up in the tree suggest it could be something else entirely. What do you think this could be? Next time someone questions the benefits of drone technology, just show them this.
Yeah. Woo! Wow, there they are. They got her. They got her. Yes, sir! So that's why I was going up down the road.
In this video, a drone was deployed to search for a 10-year-old girl who had sleepwalked into the woods and fallen asleep on the forest floor. Thanks to the drone's aerial view, it located her quickly, helping authorities reunite her safely with her family. This man from Russia stumbled upon a bizarre and unsettling discovery while strolling through the forest.
Глядите, какие фигурки. Ребенок спящий.
On a quiet trail, he found an eerie collection of small items, including ceramic figurines of angels or cherubs, plush toys, and a prominently visible dog plush. The deliberate arrangement of these objects resembles a memorial or shrine, adding an air of mystery to the already creepy woodland setting. While it might be some kind of memorial, finding something like this in the middle of the woods is undeniably unsettling. This man captured a serene clip of a pathway in Essex Village, but things took a terrifying turn when he reviewed the footage later. In the video, a smoky figure briefly materializes, with its head and hands eerily visible. It appears for just a moment before vanishing as mysteriously as it arrived. Locals believe this could be the infamous village spirit, and this footage only adds fuel to those chilling claims. A group of tourists in Tennessee were stunned when they spotted what they first thought was a bear, but it might have been something far more mysterious.
What's he doing?
The footage shows a massive, black, furred creature on a tree, initially resembling a bear. But what caught everyone off guard was its posture, standing upright on its legs in a hunch-like stance.
What's he doing?
Adding to the mystery, the same figure is seen turning a corner in another part of the video, leaving everyone baffled. Could this be a Bigfoot or something even more sinister? What do you think? Bigfoot or something else entirely? Ever come across something so terrifying you pray it's not real? This video is exactly that. Captured by a driver on a snowy trail in Sweden, the footage shows a tall, slender figure crossing the path. It got long, thin legs. However, its upper body is shrouded in darkness. Some are calling it a night crawler, but I have never seen one this tall or imposing. This is the kind of video that makes you hope it's fake, because if it's real, then we're facing something terrifying. This next video is for all the extraterrestrial life deniers out there. It might just prove their existence.
Pero mira que le mete luz, tenga mirada que vea.
Captured in the mountainous region of Cali, Colombia, a homeowner records a strange, sparkling light flying low. This orb doesn't seem like it belongs, completely round and spinning as it flies off.
Pero mira que le mete luz, tenga mirada que vea.
Pues hay que echarle ojo. Pero tiene como la parte de abajo es como negra.
What do you think? To me, it looks like a UFO observing the area. Pretty strange, right? Next, we have a photo that will give you another reason not to mess with haunted locations. This seemingly normal photo was taken by a man of his girlfriend at an abandoned church in Dublin, Ireland, a place known for its eerie reputation. After taking the photo, the couple noticed a strange figure standing behind her. The creepy part is, even though they were with a group of people, no one matched the figure's description, and the boyfriend swears there was no one there when the photo was taken. The figure looks like a priest, which is intriguing, as there's a story about a priest buried on the site. This photo alone is creepier than any horror movie I've seen. We all have our own ideas of how the end of the world might look, but this video from Turkey shows one of the most terrifying possibilities. An apartment owner was recording a fierce storm in Turkey, but he captured something else. A face in the clouds, staring directly down at the locals. You can clearly make out the nose, eyes, eyebrows, and head shape in the sky. It caused widespread panic, with people wondering if it was the prophecy coming true or a demon face appearing in the sky. Whatever it is, it's enough to send chills down anyone's spine. We've all heard about the strange drone sightings in North Dakota, but there's something new that's been freaking everyone out.
I don't know what the heck is going on with the drones and stuff, but this is new. This is weird.
This video comes from a homeowner who noticed bizarre beams encircling her neighborhood. The beams seem to be surrounding the area, creating a really strange vibe. The woman insists it's not a window glare. She opened the window to record. Plus, behind her house is just fields, making these beams even more mysterious.
I don't know what the heck is going on with the drones and stuff, but this is new. This is weird.
It definitely gives off creepy government experiment or alien vibes. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. This woman woke up to a strange sound, and when she investigated, she was terrified by what she saw. In the video, we can clearly see the statue's mouth moving, chanting some eerie, dark lyrics. It almost seems like it's performing some dark magic ritual. People are going wild in the comments, calling it a demon infestation of the statue. This is exactly why I don't keep statues around. I don't want to wake up in the middle of the night to something like this. This next video shows what looks like our sky hosting its own fireworks show without inviting us.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
uploaded on TikTok by a user claiming her brother sent it. The video shows multiple parallel trails stretching across the sky. It's mesmerizing, yet strange, leaving viewers confused about what they're seeing. After some research, I found it might be the trail from the recent SpaceX Starship 7 explosion, caused by an internal liquid oxygen leak. While that might explain it, the sight still gives a chilling feeling. Imagine what would have happened if the debris crashed down on the ground.
What the fuck is that?
We've all seen countless unknown flying objects, videos scattered across the internet, usually showing mysterious objects hovering in the sky. But this video we got takes things to a whole new level. The footage starts with a distant view of a glowing white object streaking across the desert sky. Its trajectory looks like that of a projectile as it hurtles toward the ground, crashing into the white sand. After the first impact, it briefly lifts off, attempting to regain flight, but something seems to go wrong. The object malfunctions and plummets back down, smashing into the desert floor a second time. This hit completely obliterates it, shattering it like glass into countless pieces. And just like that, the video ends. It's bizarre, right? I've never seen a drone or a plane with that kind of glow or shape, let alone one that breaks apart like that. So what could this be? An extraterrestrial projectile, or maybe something even more unsettling? One of our own secret technologies lurking in the shadows? Things that stray from the ordinary are the ones that really get under our skin. Our minds can't help but twist them into something creepy, like these massive footprints a hiker stumbled upon.
These tracks, they're bigger than my foot. Here's another one.
This next video comes straight from the forests of New Jersey, recorded by a hiker who encountered something seriously strange on a trail. In the clip, we see these huge footprints embedded in the dirt, almost like they belong to some oversized bird. Or dare I say, a giant chicken. But here's where things get even more unsettling. The woman who uploaded the video mentioned that the night she discovered these prints, she also caught sight of a large dark brown figure moving in the distance. She couldn't make out if it was an animal or something else entirely, and unfortunately she didn't manage to catch that part on camera. Now, the footprints were huge. The hiker compared her size 10 foot to one of the prints, and it absolutely dwarfed hers. My first instinct was to say it might be an ostrich, but after doing some digging on ostrich footprints, they look nothing like these. Whatever made these tracks, I don't think it's something any of us would want to run into on a dark, lonely trail. Imagine moving into a beautiful new apartment, only to glance out the window and see two massive unknown flying objects hovering outside. Just like this lady did.
What the fuck? That is not a goddamn airplane. Why the fuck is it so fucking close? What?
This video was posted on TikTok, where a woman captured what appears to be two enormous unknown flying objects flying right above her building. In the clip, you can hear the panic in her voice as she watches multiple lights moving through the night sky. The lights seem to follow a strange formation. Two larger lights in front, with two smaller ones on the sides. And what's even more unsettling is how low these things are flying, dangerously close to the buildings and the ground. What makes this even weirder is that the woman mentions they don't live anywhere near an airport, so she has no idea what could possibly be flying so low. And if that wasn't eerie enough, about 12 minutes later, she spots the same set of lights again, sending her into full freak-out mode. Now, to me, these lights look like they could be coming from airplanes. maybe the larger lights are the ones on the wings, and the smaller ones could be on the body or additional wing lights. But why are they flying so low if there's no airport nearby? That's what really gives this whole thing an unsettling edge. The solid ground we walk on every day. So reliable, so steady. But what if I told you that even the earth beneath us can betray that trust in the most terrifying way? Watch yourself.
That is at least 50 feet deep.
How many?
About 50 feet deep. It's in the water.
That is massive. This footage comes from a TikTok user in Weeki Wachee, Florida, who captured one of the largest sinkholes I've ever seen online. The video starts by showing the enormous opening of this sinkhole, and it's no exaggeration to say it's about the size of an entire park. But the real terror sets in when the cameraman pans down into the sinkhole, revealing just how deep it goes. It's like staring into the abyss. According to the person filming, the hole looks to be more than 50 feet deep. And honestly, I don't doubt him for a second. As if the sinkhole itself wasn't scary enough. What really gets to me is the fact that the cameraman is standing right on the edge of it, casually recording. Dude, you can literally see cracks forming on the ground beneath his feet. One wrong step, and he's going straight into that pit. I don't know about you, but I'd be running in the opposite direction. Growing up, the Ferris wheel was my ultimate fear. Not due to its dizzying height, but because I couldn't shake the terrifying thought of those cabins swaying wildly in strong winds. Well, this video turns that fear into a jaw-dropping reality. This footage was captured by a homeowner during the terrifying Typhoon Yagi in their hometown. As the camera zooms in on a Ferris wheel in the distance, you can see its cabins going absolutely berserk. They're spinning mid-air like some kind of demented fidget spinner, seemingly weightless in the ferocious winds of the typhoon. While the main structure of the Ferris wheel remains upright and stable, the cabins are caught in a chaotic dance. It's truly unnerving. Just imagine being in the homeowner's shoes, witnessing this madness. All you can do is hope and pray that the Ferris wheel stays firmly anchored and doesn't succumb to the storm's fury. A quiet night took a strange turn when a young boy, fast asleep on the couch after sneaking out to watch TV, left his father, Oscar Nunes, with an unsettling discovery. Before this video was recorded, the father had seen something quite strange happening in his house. An infestation of flies, most of which were surrounding the house. But the strangest part about this was that not a single fly was inside the trash bin right next to their home. The family believes this may have some connection to the fly incident. The son was sound asleep when this was captured. Upon checking the cameras, Oscar saw this, a figure standing in the hallway. No one else was awake at the time. It was 3 a.m, and something appeared in the dark. The figure, or entity, just stood there without moving an inch. But the creepiest part of all, the figure somehow vanished into nothingness, leaving the hallway empty compared to before. Oscar was surely creeped out by this footage. Like his family, he believes this incident might be connected to the fly infestation. Paranormal or not, these occurrences are undeniably creepy. This next clip shows a guy recording around his room, calling out to someone. According to him, he feels some kind of presence outside his room. The guy's name is Abdullah, and he has been uploading a bunch of videos on Instagram, claiming that weird things have been happening inside his house.
Assalamualaikum. So मैं भी सोया हुआ था तो मेरी जस्ट अभी आँख खुली तो मुझे ना मेरे बेड का जो साइड टेबल है ना वहाँ मुझे ये वाले बांध पड़े मैंने रात को शायद क्लिक में से गलती लगी होगी.
In the caption, he wrote, "Few days back, I found some hair on the side table of my bed. They aren't from anyone in my house. I'm sure of that because I asked everyone about it, and what's even stranger is the smell." According to Abdullah, there has been a sharp smell all around his house, but he has no clue where it's coming from. While he was worried about this, the very next night he recorded this.
अपना नाम बताओ पहले मुझे. अपना नाम. मेरा नाम अब्दुल्ला. अपना नाम बताओ. तुम्हारा. अब्दुल्ला मैं हूं, तुम नहीं हो. नहीं खोलना मैंने.
At first, it sounded like a woman outside knocking on the door, but as the knocks grew louder, the voices outside became scarier and more disturbing. Eventually, Abdullah sought solace in prayers, stammering in fear, but the weird things didn't stop. A couple of days later, he heard this.
Listen it carefully. This voice was coming from my balcony.
I don't know that you guys can hear it or not, but I'm just hearing some screams.
As for the latest update, when he woke up for his morning prayers, he heard some strange sounds. When he grabbed his camera, this is what he captured.
I woke up for Fajr and I heard something, but then this shadow just passed in front of me.
It looked as if some kind of entity passed by very quickly. Abdullah was left in shock, as all of this was happening at 3 Uhasor in the morning. For now, according to Abdullah, he has been living alongside whatever entities are present in his house, while people in his comment section remain terrified. The following video was uploaded by a user on Reddit and shows a house from far away. It looked like two youngsters were recording the house because they had probably noticed something unusual. This is what they recorded.
What the fuck was that? Now it's not doing it. Once we fucking points it out. And once I get out the fucking camera. And then you can see the light. Oh my fucking god, what is that? What the fuck? No, that's too fast to be a person. And that's an entire fucking room up there. And that's taller than the actual fucking roof.
At first, everything seemed normal. But then, a few seconds into the video, something passed by the window very quickly, startling the kids. Still, they kept recording, only for the shadow to appear in the window again.
And it's not a shape of a person either. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck is... And it could be part of a fan, but it would be going the same amount of time. It's different times each time. What the fuck?
Even to the kids, it didn't look like a person. However, the video ends right after that, leaving us to wonder what exactly was in that attic window. On February 7th, 2023, footage from a security camera was shared by Nicole White, who to this day has no idea what was captured. Nicole explained that the video was recorded when her brother and sister were setting up a surveillance camera inside her house. Looking closely, a creepy, goat-like apparition appears over her brother's shoulder. It's there momentarily before vanishing out of sight. Whether or not it shares a resemblance to a goat, there's no denying that a distinct outline of some figure is seen. According to Nicole, if you look closely, you can make out a pair of horns and nails. This might be why she compares it to the goat man, an urban legend about a creature that is both human and goat. While she isn't saying it's the goatman itself, she is claiming that it's supernatural. The next clip was recorded by a group of friends driving down a remote forest road in the dead of night, around 3 a.m., when they encountered something unsettling. They uploaded it on TikTok, where a girl claimed they were scared to the core after seeing what was happening and couldn't even interpret who or what it was by the side of the road. This is what their camera captured. A woman, acting strangely, appeared on the side of the road, moving in an unnerving manner. The driver, unwilling to stop, initially passed by, but became concerned and decided to return. By the time they returned, the woman was lying on the ground, prompting the group to call the police. Hours later, at 5 a.m., they returned to the same road and discovered something far stranger. The woman had emerged from the water deep in the forest. But why was she there? What was she doing at 3 a.m. in the middle of nowhere? Many questioned the woman who posted this video, and she revealed that she wasn't the only person who saw this woman or heard her cries. With everyone hearing the cries and the video being deemed legitimate, it raised the question, who was she and what was she doing there in the middle of the night? That's one question no one has been able to answer yet. It's late at night when a single mother, known as Brandy Nettleton, records her son's bedroom. She had been hearing noises coming from inside, but her son wasn't home at the time of the recording.
There's been a mimic here for a couple weeks. When my daughter's not here, I hear her say my name and she's not there. I ignore it because I know it's a mimic. I have seen it on here. My daughter's home, but my son's not home. My son is the only one that lives upstairs. The only one upstairs. All night since he's been gone, I keep hearing like the door close. Like it'll just shut, but
the audio cuts off during this time, something that often happens in the video, which, although strange, adds to the creepiness of the footage. But things only get creepier from here on out. Brandy is already freaked out by the noises she hears, but little does she know that she is about to capture something chilling on video. Moments after the audio cuts, this happens.
Fucking shit. I know you guys heard that. I hope I got that. Did you hear it?
It wasn't just weird sounds. When she tried to go and check if anyone was upstairs, she recorded this.
Oh my God, that scared me. And it sounds like somebody's walking around up there, and I got it on recording. Yes, hold on. Look at his door's moving. Okay, we're gonna go up there and I'm gonna show you guys nobody is in his room.
In a panic, Brandy and her daughter ran down the stairs to get away from what had just happened. There are two things worth pointing out about this clip. Brandy shuts the door after checking inside. You can hear the door clicking and latching into place after she closes it, but somehow it opens up again, as we just saw. For Brandy, this was a key indication that it wasn't a draft or an uneven door frame causing its movement. The second detail makes this even creepier. Just a day or two after this incident, Brandy's dog started acting strange.
Okay, someone told me next time it happens to make sure the fan is off. I have had the fan off because they thought maybe it was the fan making him want to jump up there. The fan is off
And fan is off, and he's hearing something.
Pixie, the dog's name, would stare at the ceiling and start acting up out of nowhere. Keep in mind that the room you're seeing is below the floor where her son's bedroom is.
So, okay. Like, I just calmed him down. And he started going crazy again.
Pixie's strange behavior wasn't new. It had been happening ever since Brandy's sister moved out of the house. According to Brandy, her sister may have brought something into the house after using a Ouija board. But of course, nothing is confirmed. There have been a couple of videos updating people on Brandy's account. When she was giving a tour of the room again, this is what everyone heard.
Let me show you guys. I really hate coming in here. Switches right here to this. Okay. So again.
Despite her attempts to record and understand these happenings, the pieces don't quite fit together. Is it paranormal activity, or could there be another explanation? Meta Addison had been hearing these creepy stories about the Umatilla Reservation in the Pacific Northwest. Curiosity got the best of her, so she and her friends decided to check it out and see if there was any truth to the rumors. As they walked through the forest, everything seemed normal.
These guys are braver than me.
Suddenly, they started hearing these strange, eerie laughs echoing from deep within the trees. The laughter would start, then stop, and then start up again.
No, it's right over there. No!
Now you might think, oh, it's just a hyena or some animal, right? But locals swear it's not. They say it's a sound like no other. Some think it's Bigfoot, while others believe witches are haunting these woods. Meta and her friends decided to test it out. They mimicked the laughter, hoping for a response. But the forest fell silent, completely still, as if even it was holding its breath. That was it for them. No way were they going any further. On October 3rd, 2019, a man was trekking through the forests of Ontario, Canada, out on a routine grouse hunt when something completely unexpected happened. As he moved deeper into the woods, he suddenly heard screams. Not just faint cries, but full-on, terrifying screams echoing through the trees. And these weren't just quick bursts. The screams lasted for a solid 5 minutes, filling the forest with an eerie, unshakable tension. Standing alone in the middle of nowhere, he listened, trying to process what could be making those sounds. Was it an animal? Is someone in distress? The forest offered no answers, only that haunting echo that lingered long after the sound stopped. Christianity teaches that one day, Jesus will return to earth, though no one knows exactly when that day will come. But this next clip might just show a woman who received a divine hint straight from God himself. This video was captured by a woman driving past a field when she noticed a cross on a distant hill. Now, here's where it gets seriously strange. Right as she spots the cross, her phone, all on its own, switches the song to one called Revelation, with lyrics saying, "I feel it coming. Get ready." The song was all about revelation, and when you pair that with the sight of the cross, it's like the universe, or maybe God himself, was sending a message. Everything lined up so perfectly that it really feels like some divine connection. People on TikTok have been freaking out, saying this is an actual sign from above. And honestly, if I ever saw a sign, this would definitely be it. Most of us, when spotting a wild animal like a bear on the roadside, would either drive past it or maybe stop to snap a few pictures from a safe distance. But this guy from Russia, he did the unthinkable. This next clip comes straight from Russia, where we witness a man obliterating the thin line between bravery and pure stupidity. The video, recorded by a driver, shows a man on the roadside trying to hand feed a massive bear. Yes, you heard that right. He's holding something in his hand, calmly offering it to the bear, which looks anything but calm. The bear suddenly charges at him, enraged, and the man barely scrambles onto the top of his car just in the nick of time. You'd think that was enough to stop him. But nope, after the bear retreats, this guy climbs back down and tries feeding it again. The bear, now totally confused by whatever is happening, hesitates, unsure whether to take the bait or not. The video ends there, leaving us all wondering, was this man offering his own hand as dessert? Because judging by the bear's reaction, it didn't seem too interested in whatever snack he had. Sheds are a vital part of any living society. Not only do they shield you from the scorching sun and pouring rain, but they also protect you from the relentless bullets falling from the sky. This next video comes from Jos, Nigeria, and it showcases a truly ferocious hailstorm in action. You can see hailstones pelting down like bullets, relentlessly striking the roof of a house with astonishing force. The sheer sound of those collisions is enough to send chills down your spine. Now, just imagine if someone were caught outside without any shelter. What a nightmare that would be. This kind of weather can be disastrous, wreaking havoc on cars parked outside, endangering stray animals, and affecting people living in makeshift camps. It's a stark reminder of nature's raw power. Definitely not something you want to experience firsthand. There's a fascinating belief that giants once roamed the earth in ancient times. But today, concrete evidence is scarce, except for the mysterious footprint at Adam's Peak in Sri Lanka.
Beautiful. Look at this. There's the, you know, when you, there's the big toe, and the other 4 toes down to the small toe, down to the heel.
This next video was recorded by an adventurer exploring Adam's Peak, revealing exactly why this place is so famous. As he climbs the peak, he reaches a dramatic cliff wall and points out something extraordinary. As he gets closer, we see a massive hollow footprint embedded in the rock. It's gigantic. The adventurer explains that this footprint looks remarkably authentic, with the stone displaced just like it would be if someone had stepped into soft mud. Known as Sri Pada, which means sacred foot, this footprint measures a staggering 67 inches long and 18 inches wide. I mean, talk about real proof of giants. Here's the million-dollar question. Why is there only one footprint? It leaves you pondering the mysteries of the past. This video comes from a hiker who was out in the wilderness, initially thinking that a bear was stalking him. Concerned about his safety, he began recording the situation. However, when he zoomed in and focused on what he believed to be the bear, he discovered something entirely different. The creature in question wasn't a bear at all. It was a strange hybrid, appearing to be a combination of a humanoid and an ape. This peculiar being stood motionless, fixating a lifeless gaze upon the hiker. What made this encounter even creepier was the hiker's isolation. He was all alone in the wilderness, and had the creature decided to pursue him, he would have been defenseless. The creature's entire body was covered in dark black fur, resembling the description often associated with Bigfoot. However, the motives behind this Bigfoot-like creature's interest in the hiker remained a mystery. This trail camera footage dates back to 2016 and is believed to capture a sighting of Bigfoot. In the video, a hairy creature stands in front of the trail camera, completely blocking the frame. It displays long brown fur covering its body and seems to be interacting with the trail camera. Some individuals seeing this video have suggested that this might have been an orangutan or a bear, driven by curiosity about the camera. While orangutans do have a similar brownish coat, there are notable differences. So if it is a known animal, it will most likely be a bear. The creature in the video has notably bulky and wide limbs. It could be the hind legs of a bear standing up, although it still looks a bit strange to be that. So, what could it have been? Some speculate that this might indeed be a legendary Bigfoot, a creature often associated with such sightings due to its elusive nature and large, hairy appearance. However, as with many cryptid sightings, conclusive evidence remains elusive. In this video, a group of individuals initially focuses their camera on something unusual in a distant field from their car. As the camera zooms in, it becomes evident that the object in question is not a stationary item like a stone, but rather a living creature in motion. This creature appears entirely black and is covered in a thick coat of black hair all over its body. What stands out is its massive body frame and the way it walks, resembling a humanoid figure. The intriguing aspect is that this sighting occurs in a remote location, with a jungle situated above the field. This suggests the possibility that the creature might have emerged from the jungle and is now returning to it. All the characteristics and behavior seen in the video align with the typical descriptions associated with Bigfoot sightings. It's worth noting that Bigfoot legends usually depict the creature residing deep within forests, far from human civilization. However, this video challenges that assumption, suggesting that Bigfoot could potentially also can venture into open fields. Often, encounters with ghosts and spirits are commonly associated with security or trail cameras. However, have you ever witnessed a spirit during a live TV show? In a video featuring English television presenter and journalist James May hosting a program called Our Man in Italy, something intriguing was noticed by viewers in the background. While James May was sharing his forest travel experiences with the camera, an eerie humanoid transparent figure seemed to materialize out of nowhere and then dissolve in the same manner. Additionally, in another scene, this same figure appeared and then promptly disappeared. Initially, many viewers presumed it to be an editing mistake, but a significant number of them are convinced that what they witnessed was an authentic sighting of a ghost or spirit during a live television broadcast. The final verdict, however, I leave it for you, the viewers, to decide. This man heard a strange noise near his campsite. Happy to have a color night shot camera with him, he decided to film around his camp. What he didn't expect was to stumble upon an old, abandoned house. Or at least, he thought it was abandoned. shocked by what he saw, the man realized it might not be such a good idea to camp and sleep alone in the forest. Maybe ghosts really do live in old, abandoned places. Or maybe it was the spirit of someone who lived in that house long ago. We might never know the answer, but maybe that's for the best. Some things are better left unknown, don't you? Neighbor kids can sometimes be a handful. The noise, the mess, and the chaos. But this one decided to take things up a notch and give his neighbor nightmares.
You okay? Do your parents know you're out here?
This video was recorded by a homeowner who noticed something odd in their front yard. As they stepped outside with their camera, they spotted a kid dressed in a furry costume and wearing a creepy, goat-like face mask. The unsettling part? The kid was just standing there, blankly staring at the camera from behind a tree. He didn't move an inch, even as the homeowner got closer, which only added to the eerie vibe. From a distance, it almost looks like some kind of cryptid lurking among the trees. As creepy as this was, I have to admit, the blooming flowers in the yard are stunning. As for the kid, maybe his parents sent him out to play because they were tired of him standing in the corner, silently staring at them instead. When you look up at the sky, you usually see the familiar sights: clouds, the moon, stars, and the sun. But things can take a terrifying turn when any of them appear unusual.
Vocês vão dizer que é mentira, mas olha isso, gente. Olha isso, gente.
This clip comes from South America, recorded by a woman driving through a village. At first glance, everything seems pretty normal, until you focus on the sun. Instead of its usual bright yellow, the sun is completely red, almost blood red, and it looks downright eerie. It seems like it's around sunset, but the intensity of the red color looks unreal, almost otherworldly. Curious about this, I did a bit of digging and found out that this video is legit. It's a real phenomenon. During sunrise and sunset, the sun's rays have to travel through a larger portion of the atmosphere because the sun is near the horizon. As a result, most of the light, except for red, gets scattered away. The red light, which scatters the least, is what reaches our eyes, making the sun and sky appear red. So, the sun in the video looks like that because of the scattering of red light. But still, seeing it in such a vivid red is pretty unsettling. Maybe it's just me, but ever since the 2019 pandemic, things have been getting stranger by the day. Like this bizarre video of a strange kind of smoke appearing, for example. This footage comes from a tourist who stumbled upon something truly odd. A strange column of smoke rising up to the sky. As you watch, you'll notice that it doesn't behave like any ordinary smoke. It looks like a mini, slender tornado reaching straight up to the sun. The smoke then starts to fade, vanishing from the ground up until it completely disappears into the sky. But here's where it gets really weird. As the smoke fades, you can see something dark moving within it, almost as if it's being carried upwards. It's almost like whatever that dark shape was, it was using the smoke as some kind of gateway to escape Earth's atmosphere and head into space or something. Some people who've seen the video say it's just a dust devil, but trust me, dust devils don't usually look like this. They're shorter, they swirl, and they definitely don't shoot straight up to the sun like this one did. There was something undeniably strange going on here. Speaking of trees, the next video takes you on a wild ride as a man attempts to cut down a towering palm tree while he's perched right on top of it. Spoiler alert, You're about to witness a near-flight experience.
Ay, Dios santo. A la verga, compa.
In this clip, a daring man is seen clinging to the very top of a palm tree, saw in hand, as he tries to lop off its head. The tree, completely bent under his weight, looks like it's on the verge of snapping. As he cuts through the top, the tension in the tree is unleashed, and it swings violently back to its original position, almost catapulting the man into the air. But somehow, he holds on for dear life, narrowly avoiding a one-way ticket to the sky. Honestly, this might be a masterclass in how not to cut a tree. Seriously, the way this guy clung to that tree like his life depended on it, because it did, is nothing short of incredible. And can we talk about how he even got up there? No branches, nothing to step on, just sheer determination. Pretty amazing if you ask me. Uploaded on YouTube in 2020, this video looks like something straight out of a horror movie. In just a couple of seconds, it gives us a glimpse into how scary the world could be if we could see the ghosts with naked eyes. It was recorded by a security camera set up in the Garden of Ninfa in Italy, a place otherwise known as one of sublime romantic beauty. It is basically the ruins of a medieval town near Rome, and for now, a great sight for tourists. However, this clip just gives us a glimpse of its most terrifying side, as we spot a ghost crawling on the ground. It appeared to have no legs and disappeared into the bushes just seconds after appearing on the camera. It could be a genuine ghostly encounter, given that Italy as a whole has such a fierce history. Could it be a soldier's ghost reliving its struggling last moments? A man in Georgia sets up a trail cam to keep an eye on his property. But instead of catching your typical trespasser, this camera captures something straight out of a sci-fi movie. The trail camera managed to snap a single image that's, well, pretty darn bizarre. In the photo, there's this strange glowing figure with what looks like wings wrapped around its arm. And it's holding something in its hands, kind of like a wand or a rod. The overall appearance of this figure gives angel or fairy vibes. Interestingly, the homeowner had previously reported witnessing strange glowing lights in his backyard. Although he alerted the local authorities, they dismissed it due to lack of evidence. Now, with this intriguing image, it seems there might indeed be something otherworldly lurking on his property. This next clip we got from TikTok really grabbed everyone's attention. And let me tell you, it's a real mind bender.
Oh, yeah.
This like this looks like a person with his arm sticking out.
Shot in sunny California, this footage captures the moment residents of a quiet neighborhood were taken aback by something downright bizarre in the sky. Without skipping a beat, they whipped out their smartphones and hit record, aiming to capture this otherworldly sight. What they caught on camera was truly extraordinary. A strange, humanoid-shaped light hovering in the air. The object seemed to defy gravity, spinning in a mesmerizing motion. Its main body was a stark white, but it was surrounded by ethereal hues of blue and pink. Naturally, those witnessing this phenomenon were left scratching their heads, wondering what on earth they were seeing. As for me, I've been trying to come up with a logical explanation. Given the colors and the way it was spinning, my best guess is that it's some kind of experimental laser hologram technology being tested in the sky. But hey, I could be way off the mark. If it's not that, then what else could it possibly be? The possibilities are endless, and the mystery just keeps deepening. Back in 1980, a group of loggers stumbled upon something chilling while they were working on a chestnut oak tree, and the images they captured are enough to make your skin crawl. Look at that. Terrifying, isn't it? These photos reveal the mummified remains of a hunting dog, preserved in a remarkably eerie state. Despite being dried up, the dog's body surprisingly retains its flesh, almost as if frozen in time. Experts speculate that this unfortunate canine got itself into a predicament back in the 1960s, chasing prey up the tree only to find itself trapped and ultimately meeting its fate there. The unique conditions inside the tree trunk likely played a role in preserving the dog's body, akin to the mummification practices of ancient times. Following the discovery, the loggers decided to preserve this unsettling piece of history, dubbing it Stucky and placing it on display in their museum. It's a fascinating find, no doubt, but it's hard not to feel a pang of sadness when you think about the dog's final moments, struggling to escape, eventually succumbing to despair and meeting its end there. Truly a somber reminder of the mysteries that nature can hold. This next TikTok clip hails from Arizona, where locals were left scratching their heads after spotting a strange saucer-shaped object in the sky, sparking a frenzy of speculation about extraterrestrial visitors.
What the is that? Like, that is the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life, bro.
It's like, it's so cool.
What is that?
Uploaded in 2020, this brief but intriguing footage captures a real-life sighting of what appears to be a flying saucer. In the 11-second video, we see the mysterious object hovering amidst the clouds, its darker hue standing out against the backdrop. Understandably, the people who recorded this were both shocked and a little unnerved, pondering the possibility of an alien invasion. However, amidst the excitement and speculation, some netizens offered more down-to-earth explanations. One theory suggests that the object might be a weird cloud formation known as a lenticular cloud, often resembling alien spaceships. These clouds typically form around mountains, but can appear elsewhere, lending credence to the idea that what was spotted could simply be a natural phenomenon. Of course, it's easier to think of it as just a cloud, because entertaining the idea of alien visitors might be a little too out there. But hey, who knows? The universe is full of surprises. For more strange and interesting footage, check this out.